Okay, I'm really hoping this is going to be the last take. Been doing this for almost 2 hours now. I knew what I was getting into, or I thought I knew, but it took me this long to get where I am right now. Each shot, there's something wrong, like I had left something in the background and it was really distracting, or I didn't even like button my shirt properly. And then, so yeah, um, pardon me for starting out like this, but hello everyone. This is Rintaro, your English tutor here at the Cafe Talk. Um, I have been planning on doing this for quite some time now, but I just kept putting it off. And but today I got some spare time, so I thought I would just sit down and set things up and then just do it. Yeah, I even prepared a script, but forget about that. I'm just gonna go impromptu here. Right. So once again, my name is Rintaro, and then I do teach mostly English-related classes here, but there is one exception. But I will get into that in a minute. Anyway, about my background, I'm from Japan, but I currently live in this Southeastern Asian country called Indonesia, a little outside of Jakarta. It's like 25, 30 minutes of driving away. Yeah. So I am originally from Japan, but I've been here and there, everywhere pretty much. I spent most of my 20s being a college student in the United States. First, as an undergraduate student studying psychology, and then I moved on to pursue my master's degree in counseling psychology. That was fun, and I also had the pleasure of working as a mental health professional for 1 year. Yeah, it was a very unique and invaluable experience. I kind of missed that job, but now I'm doing something completely different. I'm part-time photographer, and then I'm like what 80% English teacher here, and so that's how my life works now. Um, about my lessons, there are several, and then you may have some questions about these. Please feel free to leave some comments down below. I believe there's a comment section here on the tutors column. So yeah, go ahead and do that because this is strictly speaking one way kind of communication. So I can't really have a dialogue with you. So I will try to respond to your messages and questions as much as I can. Yeah. Let's just pick some of them and talk about them. I mean, my lessons. Pronunciation training. I think it's crucial. I I use this analogy that learning how to speak a second language is almost like learning how to play music on an instrument. You need to be able to listen to others and communicate. So you need to have a good ear, right? But also you need to know how to play your own instrument. In this case, your mouth primarily, and then how muscles work when you speak English is it's completely different from how you speak Japanese. So you do need some training there, right? So that's one of the many things that I teach in these lessons. Uh, and I also do provide self introduction lessons. You may not think that's really not that important, but I think it's probably the most common conversation. It's the kind of conversation that you would have with pretty much anyone when you meet them for the first time, and then you want to know how to do it properly, right? So business situations, personally, whatever. There are TOEFL courses too, divided into four parts based on how the test is designed. But for those of you who are not really interested in taking the test, please check them out because there are many skills that you would find very, 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 very useful. Yeah. like how to do effective listening, how to tune out when you don't really need to focus on something like a speech, and then how to focus back on when you need to pay attention. So it's just, yeah, another thing that I can teach. And then assertiveness class. You may not be very familiar with this word, but it's pretty important. And what it means is that when you face a difficult situation, like when someone cuts in line and you want to talk to that person, and then maybe ask him or her to just get to the back, get to the back of the line, right? But how do you do that without getting too emotional or too aggressive, right? It's pretty important because in Japan, everyone is polite, and then there may not be that much of need for you to do stuff like that. But in English, you just have to say it out loud. Otherwise, some people just don't get it. So, yeah. That's the kind of stuff that I teach in my assertiveness class. And I also do provide a photography course. Yeah, if you have a camera, it doesn't really have to be a DSLR. If you're just starting out, you just pick a camera, whether it's a point and shoot or entry level DSLR. It just doesn't matter. I will show you how to compose a shot. And to help you understand some terms like aperture, focal length, sensor size differences, and so on. Not all of them may be practical for you to learn, but it's just some nice information for you to have, especially when you communicate with some other people who do photography too. So I think that's it. That's me. That's Rintaro. I'm sorry that this is getting a little bit too long, longer than I had intended, but I will be looking forward to meeting with you in my lesson. And until then, please take care. And then, yeah, that's it. Bye.